Hey all you nerds, Gabe aka Froopy Art here, and welcome back to our Gravity Falls and Cryptid-inspired region. In the previous episode, you got made fun of by Professor Pines for having a weak team and left to find some stronger Pokémon, eventually stumbling upon some huge footprints. You've been following the tracks for a while now, traveling to the west and up to the base of a snowy mountain. Honestly, you haven't traveled that far, or even ascended up the mountain that much, but you are surprised by how much snow there is. Feeling nervous about what large and potentially dangerous beast you are following, you crack open the journal that you found in hopes of finding any clues about it. There are some sketches of the prints, but no definite identity for their maker. Traveling through the snow-covered forest, you're sure to keep your eyes open for any new Pokémon, and it isn't long before something round catches your eye. We're in a snowy area, so we need our first ice type of the region. Now, there are actually quite a few humanoid monsters from folklore that stalk the frozen north and focus on cannibalism or eating people in general. We're going to be smooshing a lot of those together here, but taking our primary inspiration from the Chenu of Algonquin folklore. They are people who have been cursed by dark magic and are overcome by a burning hunger. Their lore is actually really interesting, and some of the stories do an amazing job of not vilifying the monster and often showing how to help it. But this design won't be ferocious to start. It's just a little snowball of a design. You just want some food, right? Okay, let's go ahead and meet Nomble, the hungry Pokemon. Though quite small, Nomble has a voracious appetite. They live in frigid climates and require food to generate heat to stay warm. Nomble are among the easiest Pokemon to catch in the Hoenn region, as offering even a crumb to one will result in it following you around and insistently requesting more food. Its ability is Gluttony, since it eats so much, and that lets it eat berries faster in combat. And the hidden ability is Immunity, so it doesn't have to worry about, eating poison food type of thing. There's quite a few shuffling up and down the snowy hills, so you'd have no problem catching one. As you pass by a steep, rocky outcropping, something rolls down from the top towards you. Ah yes, we've got a silly little design for you here. Now, there is a cryptid inspiration for the design's eventual evolution, but I'm gonna keep that a secret for now. I mean, there's a chance that you can guess it, so let me know if you have an idea of what it might be. But to start, I'm using the golden wheel spider as inspiration for this first stage. This is a really interesting real-world animal that will curl itself into a wheel shape and roll away from danger. Apologies if spiders aren't your thing, but that cartwheeling behavior is just so wonderfully silly. Without overcomplicating the design, I think I got a good suggestion of a wheel. I mean, again, this is the first stage after all, so I had to resist the urge to give it too many legs, right? It's just a baby after all. The colors were simple enough. It's a rock type, but I made sure that the shiny has a more golden look in reference to the golden wheel spider itself. Okie doke, let's say hello to Spokeeli, the cartwheel Pokemon. This peculiar insect has a unique way of descending from the steep mountain cliffs it calls home. Spokeeli roll on their curved legs with ease, though they are much slower when climbing back up to their perch. They spend their days munching on mineral deposits and rolling away to avoid predators. Now, I am giving Spokeeli a brand new ability that I am calling Roll Down. That means its first turn in combat, its speed stat is doubled for that turn. So it's not guaranteed, but it's really likely that it will get to move first on that first turn. Spokeeli wheels down the hill to your feet and looks up at you with its big buggy eyes. Should you want a rock or bug type, this round boy seems pretty tough. It's also fairly large for a bug. I mean, especially if it ends up evolving. I mean, it's gonna get big. Alrighty, your dex is definitely coming along after that. Up ahead, you see that the footprints have disappeared into a thick set of bushes. As you approach, they rustle ominously. You slowly creep up, hoping to get a peek at whatever is inside. And while you're preparing for the sight of a monstrous Pokemon, you find your own sister leaping out of the bushes at you.
Surprise! I got you so good. I was all like, blah, and you were like, oh no, I'm so scared I might drop my big nerd book. Sorry, I couldn't resist. What are you doing out here?
You point down at the tracks that Maple is standing on.
Oh, yeah, those. Psst, yeah, I totally noticed those too. I definitely haven't just been wandering aimlessly after Grunkle Will asked me to track down his other research assistant. Her name is Cordelia. She specializes in ice types, and she was sent up here to find another missing device piece. She's supposed to be super tough. Well, you know, so are we, so it's cool. Well, so I am, at least. What, you think you're as strong as me now? Pfft. Well, maybe we should have a little battle. Grunkle Will gave me some extra revives and potions so I can heal our Pokemon after this, but what do you say? Battle me?
Maple leads with her starter. It's quite a bit stronger, but luckily your starter has the type advantage and you knock it out. But her next two Pokemon are Pokemon she has recently caught in the area and are much more difficult to deal with. So, we're going to be cheating a little bit by having two regional bird lines. Lulurk is our weird flying type line, not really being much of a bird. So I wanted another more traditional bird line as well. We're starting off pretty simple with a blue jay. Now, an interesting thing about blue jays that ties it together with the rest of this line is that they are one of a handful of birds that are drawn to shiny and colorful objects. Now, different species do this for different reasons, from thinking they're iridescent beetle shells to eat, or it's just material for them to collect and make ornate displays and nests. They got different reasons. Our unassuming little blue jay is going to start out by collecting its favorite little shinies. It was fun working with the classic blue and white and black colors. Okay, let's go ahead and say hello to Kleptokept, the collector Pokemon. This tiny bird is absolutely mesmerized by shiny objects and cannot resist the urge to collect them. Kleptokept pick up and carry bits of glass, iridescent insect wings, and most commonly, small bits of metal. They get so excited that they sometimes ingest their shiny findings, but they have adapted to spit them out with surprising speed and accuracy. Its ability is Pick Up, that lets it use one-time items that the opponent has used, so that's very fun and thematic. And the hidden ability is Frisk. This happy little bird has some tough moves, shooting various projectiles at you, but you eventually manage to knock it out. Maple's last Pokemon also appears to be a bird, but also not quite a bird. We're going pretty dark with this one. This comes from a bit of medieval Icelandic folklore. It is said that in dire times, when a mother is unable to care for their newborn baby, they would take it out into the wilderness and leave it to the elements. The child's ghost would appear as a part raven abomination that continually cries out seeking its mother. Dark, I know. So, we've got a roughly ravenish body, though it was important to me that it didn't actually have wings. I want this to be a mono ghost type after all. I wanted the feet to look like gross little baby hands, kind of, just to get some more creep in there. And for the head, it's roughly baby skull shaped, complete with the sections of bone that haven't quite fused together. And just to pull in more Raven, the collar is actually a beak. Pretty fun, pretty fun. I mean, very dark, but pretty fun. Oh, and I'll also let you know that because of the inspiration, this is actually just a single stage design. Doesn't evolve. It's just a baby. Always a baby. Okay, let's go ahead and meet Newmorn, the lost Pokemon. Legends tell that these ghoulish creatures are the spirits of children who were lost to the elements. Newborn are quick to cling onto any passerby, desperate for a trainer to look after them. Their covering of feathers now keeps them protected in most climates. When they are upset, spiritual energy seeps from the top of their open heads. Its ability is Cursed Body, and that may disable an opponent's move used on it, and the hidden ability is Infiltrator. It's a tough little baby, able to hit you surprisingly hard with that high special attack stat. You might have to pick up one of these in the area if you can handle being constantly followed around by its creepy glare, that is. But you do manage to knock out Maple's last Pokemon.
Well, shoot! Stink darn farts! I didn't expect you to be able to beat me. Oh well, let me get everyone healed back up. Nice! Okay, I guess let's follow these tracks.
You follow Maple and plow through the rest of the bushes. On the other side, you find a clearing with a small cabin in the center. The tracks lead right up to the structure, and there seems to be a window busted in. But we'll pick up from there in the next episode. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying the series. There is a new puzzle added to the Discord server, so check out the video description for details on how to get started with that. All right, I will catch you in the next one. Later, nerds.